Welcome to Mall. This video, I had a little something extra to add to the Ruby Red. Now, for the time being, to be honest with you guys, I'm not going to even kid you or beat around the bush. What I say is truthful. All right. I don't hold nothing back. I share things as I experience them along the way from what I've learned and observed. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that you can make a valid decision on your own as to what way you want to go. If you're interested in the remote, slightly least remote chance that you may want to consider buying that rubber. No one else has gotten a review about this rubber. If you put in on YouTube or Google that rubber, WCR is the only info that's going to pop up. And maybe, I don't know how YouTube transfers into Google search engines, if they've done this already, because this is fairly new. So no one else has put in a review, because I would like to, hear their experience. So the best thing I could do, if you guys remember, in my past video, I handed a piece of that rubber out. You see, everything I do is for a reason. Not only to help somebody that just so happens to need a rubber, but I want to hear their feedback, because I think most people would, including the manufacturer and distributor. So I gave this rubber to another tradesman. Now, I didn't even tell him that it was horrible in cold weather. I probably should have mentioned that. But when he got that rubber, I saw him today. And it wasn't just 3 or 4 days ago. He already had a black rubber. I guess he went to the store and got one. But he had a black rubber and a red rubber. I gave him a long strip too. And his other channel, I didn't even see a red rubber in there. So he might have threw it in the trash. If he did, will he tell me? I was nice enough to give him that rubber. And if he threw it in the trash, of course he's not going to tell me to hurt my feelings. So when I asked him about it, I said, "Oh yeah, how do you write that rubber?" He was shaking his head. He said, nah. I said, "Really?" I said, "You know what? I was having problems too. But I forgot to tell you, that rubber is very horrible in cold weather. So even if the glass is cold, it won't work right. This is why I wasn't putting it in my longer channels. Like I said, I'm going to continue to observe this rubber in normal temperatures now that the weather's changing. But it's still cold on the glass in the morning, so I'm not going to even play around with that right now. I'm going to break them rubbers back out to finish this review later on down the road, so stay tuned with that. But I ended up getting Unger rubbers. Don't you know I paid $8 for 36-inch length? I paid $17 and something, no, $18 and some change. No, $17.46 to be exact, for two 36-inch pieces at the local janitorial store. And I don't remember paying that much. And I said I paid like $7 something and some change. I said, did the rubbers go up? Oil goes up, and that's what rubbers are. They're oil based. So when the oil prices go up, usually those types of things has a dramatic change on, how they sell it. So he said I was paying $7 and some change, and I knew I did, but he said that was like over 3 years ago. He said, no one buys these long rubbers except for you. I buy it for you. I was buying the Ettore 36-inch strips before, And I had said something. He said, I stopped buying the Etere and switched to the Unger because you was complaining. He said I was complaining. I don't, see, I don't mean anything by me complaining. I'm just sharing my experience, and, I want what I want. I like what I like. I'm a little bit more observant and meticulous to certain things, but he calls it me complaining, so he stopped carrying it. That was nice enough. That was nice of him to carry it just for me, because in a pinch when I need rubbers and I'm out, I go there and I get them, even though I'm paying more. I highly doubt Unger is selling 36-inch strips a piece for $8 and some change. He got to be making a hefty profit off of me based on that alone, since seeing how I'm the only one that buys it and no one else carries it around. He's cashing in on that. I'm his only customer, but he gonna sock it to me. He said, well, I only got one customer. I might as well try to hit him big while I got it. He said he gets a few people buying it and they just cut him down, but nobody worked with big boy tools like that in that area like me. I'm the only one, because I don't play, son. Hey, that rhymed. But Unger. So that's what I have in my 24-inch high flyer now. I took the red rubber out. I'm going back to the black rubbers for now until this weather gets a little warmer. So I bought two 36-inch strip and I paid $17 and some change. I said, do you know I just got some red rubbers and I paid $4.28 for a 37-inch piece. I said, but right now it's cold and that rubber doesn't work well in the cold weather. So needless to say, back to what I was saying, you want feedback from other than just me. You don't have to take my word for it, but what do I have to gain by lying, saying that the rubber was good or bad? It is what it is. And when I gave that to him, even though he got it for free, he still didn't like it. He couldn't get on with it. Like I said, mainly because of the cold weather. And I probably should have mentioned that. But this is what I'm saying. Despite the fact that it doesn't last long, it chews up on the corners. I've told you this. But the performance-wise, it's fantastic. Providing the fact the environment is in good working conditions. And I don't mean cold weather. So you can scratch using that rubber in times like this. Who's to say? But for now, that's what's going on. And I just had to share that before I forgot. Because if you Google Ruby Red Black Diamond, you're not going to find anything about anybody talking about it. Despite how many orders WCR has sent out, except for mine. Now why is that? Well, for one thing, it just came out. And secondly, I don't play around. Other people might not want to share their experience and or they might not have a YouTube channel. But if I can help somebody, that's the whole point. No matter what people's conclusion that they fantasize in their head. The bottom line is I'm sharing my experience. And with these small YouTubers and anybody who has a YouTube channel, you got to respect somebody that's sharing knowledge and information. Because you can learn anything you want to know on YouTube. And that's a beautiful thing. Learn how to build a bomb and blow yourself up in the process. So these people do not have to be on here doing that. Some are doing it for their own malicious deeds and greeds. Maybe they're trying to get rich or create a Ponzi scheme, or you never know. It's a tool. It's a tool nonetheless to have a voice without having to go through all those other channels. It's free. But see, I'm not going to keep going on. This video is long enough. But bam!